So hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss CN Lab Part A, first program. The first program is 3-node point-to-point network. So here we are going to simulate the 3 nodes by creating a star topology and setting the queue size and varying the bandwidth. You are going to know the or count the number of packet dropped. Okay, so here first of all you should know the which simulator you are using for simulating whether it is which simulator you are using. So you need to define that simulator in the program. So here we are using the NS2 simulator. So here you need to define the simulator, and after that you need to which files are to be created by running the one tool command language, that is TCL script. Once you will write the program, that should be extended with the .tcl, that is a tool command language program. So here that once you will run the one TCL program, you will get the network animation window and the one trace file. So network animation window is nothing but it will give the transmission of the packets from one node to the other node, and how the transmissions are going, whether it are reached, dropped or not, that will be counted by taking the traces among the nodes. So that is called the trace file. So here you need to define all the name file and the trace file. So here this syntax will indicate the uh, name trace file. Okay, name trace file in the window, and same this will indicate the trace file in the with the file name, no extension with the tr. Okay, just you need to define globally or what are the variables here you are using, just like nf tf all. So this you need to define globally throughout the program. These variables are to be accessible. Okay, then after that you need to, you have opened here this nam and trace file, then you need to flush, means clear the trace files previous content you need to clear, and you need to close it and comes out from this procedure. Now, yeah, how many nodes have taken? 3 nodes. Just you need to create the 3 nodes by using this syntax. Okay, set no and not n0 this. So how many number of nodes are taking? With respect to that, all the nodes you need to create by using this syntax. The sequence of the nodes can be given as a 0, 2, 3 or whatever may be the 0, 1, 2 as your wish. You go on giving the sequence number of the nodes. Once you have created the nodes, then next is to, you need to establish the link between the nodes, means connection, link connection with the duplex, because in the program only you have mentioned you need to set the, create the duplex links among the nodes. So duplex link among the nodes with bandwidth, you need to vary the bandwidth from one duplex links to other. So with the set the queue size. So here first bandwidth is 200 MB, and for the second node 223 is 1 MB, and node there will be no bandwidth for the node 0 and the 10, it is 10. So like this, by varying the bandwidth, you need to create the duplex link among the nodes and set the queue size. Once it is done, it will be, link will be established among the nodes. Okay, then not only to enough by establishing the link, only it will transmit, but you need to call the transmitting agent. That transmitting agent, it may be TCP or UDP, but here we are using the UDP. So you need to attach the UDP to the transport layer of the protocol, where the transmission will happen in the OSI reference layer, that is in the transport layer. So you need to attach that agent to uh, your node. Okay, so then this is the syntax how to attach that agent to the node. So this is the way you are going to attach. Then you need to define traffic. Traffic means the packets, the bits are variable or constant. Here we are the beginner, so for that you need to use a constant bit rate. That also you need to attach. Okay, attach to that protocol. The maximum packet size taken is 500, and the time interval between the transmission is 5 millisecond. Once it is to be done, then you need to define which transmission protocol you are using with respect to that one, source and destination. Okay, creation of the destination node will be done. If you are using the UDP, there will be no source, no destination, sorry, it will be null. Okay, then you need to define the starting time of the simulation and end time of the simulation, and just finish the program right up and run it. Once the program is written in the terminal window, in the folder which one you have created in the root host of the your simulator tool. Just I will show how to create the folder, everything. Just once the program is written by you, then you should make the program error free, running the program in the ns2 terminal. Okay, so here this is a root home. In this root home, you need to initially create the one folder, whatever may be there. It is on your name or evasion, whatever may be there. So just in this folder, just go make the another subfolder with respect to that lab. So easily you can identify. Here I have done lab 1 because it is the first program. Lab 1 already I have typed here. This is a lab 1 with .tcl. This is a our program. And once you have to run this program, how to run? Just desktop terminal, just in the root home you are having your program in the sixth sem folder. So just set the path by typing cd sixth sem, like this. It will enters into that folder. Then you want to again in that folder, your program is in the lab 1, in the lab 1. So for that cd space lab 1. Okay, then you need to run lab 1 dot tcl. Done. Lab 1 dot tcl. Okay, so here you are having how many, just list in that one. Then you need to run the program by typing this command ns lab1 dot tcl. Okay, we'll get this network animation window. Just you need to play here, then it will do the how the packets are transmitting among the three nodes. You will get it. Okay, once you will run the TCL script, along with that you will get the one this file, another one the traces. These are all the traces, how the traces are going on from between the nodes. So along with that, in your folder there will be the three files are going to be along with the TCL script. Two files are to be get generated. One is the NAM and another one is the trace. But this trace file is very large. Just I will go back. See here, this trace file is very lengthy, and this trace file is very large, and you are unable to count that one. So for that you need to write the one awk script for finding the number of nodes dropped while transmitting. Okay, so here this is a this is awk script. This is a awk script. Just to open the one notepad, just you type this, and just to copy in that same folder with the file extension dot awk, with that same file dot awk. Okay, just here you are counting the number of packet dropped from at the beginning of the trace to flush of the trace. So you need to count the number of the packet dropped while transmitting. This is just C programming. You are writing the C programming for counting the number of packet dropped, and same number of packet dropped you are going to print. Okay, same this program will be there in the same folder, uh, in the same folder in the same folder in the same folder, that is lab 1. Here I have listed which are the programs available in the lab1.awk. This is a one file. Once you will run this .tcl file, along with that one you will get the this name and the trace file. Just I will type how to know the how to count the number of the packets dropped. So what is the syntax for that one? Here I am typing just to look into that. Awk space hyphen f, then lab1 awk script file name awk. Then here you need to give the whatever the file name you have given in the tcl script, the trace file, that file name only have to give pa1.tr. press enter. You will get the number of packet dropped. So like this you are going to know the how many number of packets dropped. So by writing the AWK script, you will come to know the how many number of packet drops, but you are unable to count by the trace file. You are unable to count the trace file how many number of packets are dropped. Once we will open the trace file in the same root 6 in the lab 1, and this is your trace file. So see here, this program, this length of the program is very large, then you are unable to count. So for that we are writing the AWK script for counting the number of packet dropped. Okay, so maximum packet size we have taken the 500. How many have reached, how many have dropped, that count automatically will comes by writing the AWK script. Okay, then okay, understood. Then in the next class we will start with the